Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Classic Cars and Guitars. Coming to you live from Cook's Classics here in Clio at our shop. Today we have special guest Rusty Daggett from Auto City Speedway and avid car collector. And as always, I got my good friend here, Randy the Wolfman, co-chairing this with me. But first off, I'm going to hand it over to Randy because Randy knows Rusty a lot more than I do. So take it away, Randy.
Rusty Daggett, for one, it's an honor to have you here. And one thing that didn't get mentioned, Rusty Daggett is a Michigan Motorsports Hall of Famer that was inducted in 2021. But your legacy of flagging and everything with the local motorsports scene, short track racing, is just incredible. 50 years at Auto City Speedway. Flagging, and you haven't wrote the book yet, have you?
No, that's been talked about. You know, Jay Woolworth was big on that. We were going to have something like we're having here.
Got it.
And one died on us, so
Yeah.
I mean, but it was going to include Jack Doring and Trav Abbott, and it's just.
And how did it all start, though? I mean, I know that we had John Aviat on the show a few weeks ago.
And I were in partners in the car in '69.
Stock car.
And I started in like '67. I owned the car, and another guy drove it, Dave Stevens. And then we became partners in '69. I drove at Dixie. He drove it at Auto City. And then I was Rookie of the Year that year, and planned on going the next year. Had a car built, and this job came up. I knew Dick Hingy. Dick Hingy was the flagman. He said he was leaving.
Okay, at Auto City.
At Auto City.
Okay.
He was going to go, and I thought. And then Bill Lennox talked to me. He said, I'll talk to Jack about it.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill. And I'd known him since I was a kid. And Wild Bill says, give him a try. If he doesn't, I'll fire him, So they gave me a try. I had the car ready just in case. I really liked it. First night, I really liked it.
Flagging instead of driving.
Instead of driving.
Wow.
I liked working on the track. And actually, I'd done all 50 years on the track.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to, they think they're being called an assistant or something, but.
No, you were always the one. You did the flag twirl, all that. I remember it very well.
Well, everything's down there. Your friends, after 50 years, I got to say, it came pretty easy because I'd done their grandfathers. I'd done their fathers.
Right.
I'd done, their family. And, you could do more of a stop it than somebody else could do.
Yeah.
So it was.
They respected you because of that.
It was respect, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Different than how Roger Tome approached some drivers back when you guys worked together, if you know what I mean.
And I would have Roger by the neck, pull him away.
Right.
I said, there's one rule: don't yell at the kids. Don't ever yell at the kids, because most of those guys are so nervous at that point. There's a chance they could wet their pants or something.
Right.
Did you ever miss any summers or anything, or have you been doing it solid the 50 years?
I left for 2 years, 87, 88, to race soapbox derbies with my kids.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And we
up there in Bridgeport or whatever?
Well, we raced there, Ohio, Indiana, Canada, Illinois.
Nice.
Didn't Ohio have the big track? Wasn't that the big race for those soapbox derbies?
No, it was at Akron.
Oh, okay, Akron, Ohio.
It was.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not the best race.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, if you've been into it, it's 3 lanes. You go down, one car comes back.
Oh, geez. Okay.
On a regular race, you race down, and then when you get to the end, you switch the lanes, but your tires stay in the same lanes. You switch tires with the guy, switch lanes. That way, it takes the lanes out, it takes the wheels out. So it's just true competition.
Got it.
We won 2 world championships
Wow.
One in '90 and one in '88.
I see they just repaved that track in Flint there by that high school.
They did repave it?
69, so something must be getting ready to go on there again.
The city is behind that a lot.
Yeah, they just repaved it all and put a little cove to the side, pavement.
Very cool.
That was a real. Getting the city behind it, they have it all molded. Everything is ready for the.
Nice.
That's a good deal.
So when you left to go do that, and who filled in for you there? And then when you came back, was it like, well, I really miss it, I want to do it?
Dick Pearson.
Okay.
He filled in for 2 years, and then I wasn't going to a race in '90, and I raced in Flint. Well, to get to the Nationals, you have to have 25 points or win a race. We won that one. We went down there.
Got it.
And we hadn't. It was good. It was one with we went in and didn't know we were that good.
Right on. That's awesome.
I had a good driver, good car.
But I got to say, now I know that there was an incident on the track. Didn't you get a broken leg on the track? Was that you, or am I mistaking that for somebody else?
If I broke a leg, they didn't tell me.
Okay, got it. Then I must be mistaking it for something else. I thought there was an incident because I know that the flag stand got taken down a few times. I think
The flag stand got taken down.
Kenny Pfaff took it down. I think one time.
Kenny Pfaff. That was yeah.
Got it. Were you guys up in the stand when that happened? Or?
I was up in the stand, and actually, it was the first time that was in '94, and that's the year I met her. And that was the first time she'd been to a track. She was sitting right over
Oh my
here.
gosh. She was his wife, by the way.
She was my wife. And she didn't know if it was normal or
Right,
Did you get hurt?
What the heck
Did you
is
get
going
hurt when that
I
happened?
didn't get hurt, but they took 17 people to the hospital.
Wow. From debris flying into the stands?
Well, I was looking out there, and all of a sudden I said, Roger moved fast. I looked over at him. He's at the back, so I get to the back. I don't know what's going on. And I hear this brrr noise. That was knocking down the uprights on the fence.
Wow.
And when Pfaff came underneath of us, you could see his wheel was right there. It bent the flag stand over, and there was a funny story about that. I wore glasses back then,
Okay.
and the glasses got knocked off. And I'm looking for the glasses. I'm looking all over. Somebody says, "There they are," and Roger says, "No, those aren't mine." You wouldn't say, "Rusty, here's your glasses."
Right.
I'm still looking. I can't find them because I ain't got no glasses. And it was.
Got it.
It was a pretty bad deal.
Wow.
Joe went ahead and put another thickness to the wall.
The wall, yeah. Seen
Put
that.
the new uprights on, doubled every chain or cable that he had.
Yeah.
Redone those, made it a lot safer.
Got it.
What's your favorite moment from doing that for 50 years?
Yeah, I was going to say, because you've flagged some big names.
A good moment or a bad moment?
Well, just your...
A good moment was when we used to run the mudslinger back in the mud days, and there would you had the best in the Midwest was on that track that night. Dick Trickle, Mark Martin,
Rusty Wallace?
no, I don't think we had.
So I thought him and Mark Martin kind of
and
traveled
then
together.
we had our own Ed Howell, Seneca.
Oh, yeah.
The best was there, and you're standing on that track, and all of a sudden you can't, from one standing on the track with the quarter mile going up, you can't see the half mile in between 3 and 4. So you don't see his cars, and you just disappear, and they're coming at you. I was this kid, I was 21.
Got it.
And they're coming at you, and it's like, man, this is cool. You can't even describe it. Almost stand your hair on now thinking about it.
When I would go to Mount Clemens, I got to say, coming out and Bill's grandpa raced at Mount Clemens,
No,
right?
my dad and my uncle.
Dad, okay. But that coming out of turn 4 on a dirt track, when those motors are on, high rev, it was just power sliding out of those turns. It was just like, yeah.
I wish they'd turn Auto City back into dirt.
I think he's entertained that idea. The only thing is, there's a lot of work to dirt.
Oh,
I mean, you start on Tuesday, getting that track. You've got a guy that's just about that. He's usually the highest paid guy at the track, too, But they're just talking about, and one of the bad times is you laugh about it now, but Rick Seeley said to me, he said, you better haul, which means the cars are I'd have to go to the center. And I looked over, the lead car is light blue. It's just going into 3. I'm cool. I started cross track. That car I looked at was in about 13th spot. Now this guy's coming down on me.
Oh my gosh.
And I've got, I could make a plan from there to the wall. I had a plan made up. I'm hitting that gate. It's going to come open. I got through.
Wow.
That was one of Sheila's first nights up in the tower, because she became she was supposed to be just a spokesman to me
Okay.
because I didn't have somebody dedicated to me. But I can't believe how she turned that tower around. Everybody was asking her questions. She could tell you the time with somebody.
Yep.
She
And I worked with Sheila for a year or two, and then when she was up in the booth and that.
Yes, you did.
And then she came down, and actually, the only husband and wife flag team was she came down and helped you out on the flag stand there that one year.
She was there 2.5 years.
2.5 years, okay.
But she had already had the heart attack, and she couldn't.
But still, the husband and wife flag team. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
And I thought that would be my couple hours of I'm the boss.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't work at home. Doesn't work on the flag stand either, right?
Probably regretted doing that.
I was back to being an assistant.
Probably thought, man, I get no break at all now.
Yeah. But you mentioned a couple of the names of Dick Trickle and Mark Martin and that, but there was some other that you had close relationships with. I mean, Jay Woolworth goes without saying.
Tommy Meyer, man, that guy was my favorite. I mean, I just started and I didn't know. You're scared of everything. That guy was just, he's the way. I liked Ed Hall. He was a great guy, but he was like Dale Earnhardt. He was there to win. He was there
race.
To make money and show what his race cars were.
Yep.
So he didn't talk. I didn't say that many words, and all the time I know him.
Got it.
As I told Chaz one time, I didn't want to use that one word up,
Yeah, right.
And somebody was yelling at the fence, and he wasn't there in the car, and I said, Ed, well, that's only one word.
Yeah, true.
And I pointed over to the guy, and then Ed was a great guy. He just was there. He was business.
Yep.
Chaz and Tommy were totally different. I mean, I came down with a bottle of water to give to him.
Yeah.
At the end of the race, and I turned around to walk away, and half of it was on my back of my head and stuff. He made you feel good. He made everybody feel good.
Well, and I mentioned Jay Woolworth. I mean, you guys had such a bonding in that, and I know there was a little fun thing that about the caution flag. Or wasn't it the caution flag that he ended up driving away with? But you tell the story. It's your story.
Well, we can tell now. I mean, I'm out of there, but there was a game that we had that worked really well. He would steal the checker flag. If I look by and the checker flag's only about up and it's hanging out the back, he knows next lap, steal it from me. And I'd get so mad, when you take it, and people they were yelling, "Look out, look out!" And I said, "Tonight, when you take the checker flag, I remember this one night, I'll get up to you. Just about time I get to you, I'm going to talk to the tower, which I'm actually talking to him. Take off." And he'd run, and then I'd stop. I'm so mad I can't stand it. Do you get over? I mean, I still miss doing that with him.
Yeah. And Jay was in his car. He's not just running up, grabbing it. He was driving by.
He would steal that flag every week if a law caution or something.
Yep. Didn't the drivers all do a signing in that and give you that flag back at his memorial?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was supposed to go to Jay. And then coming back out of it, that's something I got a hold of.
That's very cool.
Make a special place for it.
So he kept the flag.
No, no. I gave it to him. And he. I got it back.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Well, I'm sure it means something.
Oh yeah, it was. It was a fun time out there. I didn't make money, but I did spend everything on equipment.
Yes.
Well, sometimes money don't mean everything.
No, it's like going golfing and you get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that means you have 20 sets of golf clubs.
Right.
It was good. The radios in the pace car and the who was with me were all mine. I had 5 sets.
This segment is brought to you by Shiny Rust Promotions, creating unforgettable classic car and hot rod shows for festivals, businesses, organizations, and special events since 2017. Founded by Randy Adam, Shiny Rust Promotions has hosted feature events at the Hot Rod Spectacular, Uncle Sam Jam, and many more across Michigan. Whether you're planning a community festival, fundraiser, or business event, Shiny Rust brings the chrome, nostalgia, and crowd appeal to make it a success. Learn more at shinyrust.net or find Shiny Rust Promotions on Facebook. Rusty, Randy's kind of told me something about your. Do you still have a car collection, or are you a car builder? Or
I just got 3 vehicles. I got a 29 Roadster. It's a steel body with a flathead. It's something you would have seen in 1962, probably. I've got a Rat Rat that Dave Christensen built. It's a 40 Chevrolet pickup with a blown small block. And then I have a SS.
you talking about Dave that used to own? He bought wind pushers.
Wind pushers, yeah.
Dave used to work for my buddy Spooner. He was a crane operator. I don't know what he's doing now. I think is his wife still in the hair salon?
Yes, she is, and he's. I think he might be home working now. I mean, not at his house, but he was traveling and spending the weekends down in Ohio. I think it was Ohio, running a crew down there, and he'd done that for like 2 or 3 years. But he told me it was because that's how I ended up buying that. 6 o'clock in the morning, call him up, and,
It's a pretty radical ride. I mean, that's the one I used for the photo with you and Sheila at the Speedway and that, but that's pretty radical.
Oh, is
It
that
is.
that gray car you got
Yeah,
in the picture?
it's silver and
It's real loud. I mean, it's.
yeah.
I've put small mufflers into it. It helped, but I can't believe we were coming home from somewhere and Sheila's sitting over there sleeping. I mean, it's not a rough riding car, but it is loud.
And when was the last time you had them out? Because I know that, I think you've set them stored away for a bit. Because you have another one too. I'm sorry, you have 3, don't you, that you said?
The SSR.
Right now. Yeah, the SSR.
It did. The pandemic, I haven't driven them since.
Got it. So what's the plans? Are you going to bring them out? You going to bring them to a show?
Years? Well,
Is that's what you do to save a car, isn't it?
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm guilty.
I know it's going to be, and Sheila's going to, putting them up. I'll put a battery in both of them.
We're doing the car cruise here starting next week. Maybe bring
Yeah.
one up and hang out.
Yeah.
The 20th. Be just free to kind of come out here and hang out if you want. You can come out and just hang out.
Here?
Yeah.
Starting
Right out in the
at 5
parking
o'clock.
lot.
We're
Well,
just doing a car just to hang out, barbecuing and
The
stuff.
20th, and I'm trying to think what day the 20th is.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. Sorry. It's
No
next
trophies,
Wednesday.
no nothing. This car, guys, is talking.
Well, the
Hanging
SSR
out.
will be welcome too, wouldn't it?
I don't care what you bring.
Yeah. The cool car's out up front, the other car's up back or something. I don't know.
They all share the same garage, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
out
we
in
don't
bar-
care. We have no care on that.
But we do have a special guest that's going to be joining us. And I think you guys, from what we've kind of heard, you had quite a collection from rail dragsters and
we have a collection of stories at least.
there you go, collection of stories and that. But that's awesome because that was where it all started. Did it start in high school? I mean, as I said, mention John Avey because you guys were friends and that. Was this in high school or was
I
this?
met 80 when I was 14 because everybody I seemed to hang with was 17.
Okay.
And they were good to me. I went to drag strip every week, with them. And they
Was
were,
that Tri-City Dragway, Lapeer Dragway?
we went everywhere.
Got it.
Just, and AB, I met him and we became friends.
Kind of.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He is
John's a great guy.
And he still goes out. I mean, he does the best he can, but he has some issues, health issues, that he can't, take the cars down the track anymore. But he's got Aaron Sweat that does the driving for him, and he still goes out, and he's got an awesome collection of some cool cars that
They
we
were
were
at
at.
Twins last night.
I think that's about one thing that we all have in common is health issues.
Yeah, nobody's getting any younger.
Uh,
All those exhaust fumes and Bondo dust we breathe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
back in the day.
Even me, I mean,
You're still doing it. You still got the shop here. That whether it's exhaust fumes or whatever the case is.
right?
So
Yeah.
the jumping back to in the beginning, I mentioned about the Michigan Motorsports Hall of Fame. What an honor to be a part of that group. I mean, there's the who's who of racing of Michigan and that, and Dave Dehem and the whole Motorsports Hall of Fame crew just are fantastic people. Their whole staff and that. And I've been to many of the banquets. I was there when you got inducted and that. But that had to be a huge honor. Was that expected, or is that something like wow?
What's important about that mostly is the people that supported me. Because that didn't happen overnight. That was 18 years to get in there from the first bio that put in, which was Greg Yost and Sheila.
Wow.
Made the first one. And then I was giving up on it. And Jay Woolworth says no. He hated to tell me that I wasn't on the ballot that year.
Is that a fan pick thing, or how's that picked?
No, it's the board comes up with who's going to be on the ballot.
Okay.
And so then anybody that's been in the Hall of Fame or been on a board get a ballot. And I just got mine.
So it's voting.
It's
from
voted by within
the board members and
Is it
previous.
by like years involved, and like how do they get you on the ballot?
Well, you put a bio in, and then it goes before the board, and they go down and choose. And I think they put in about 10 in each category, and you pick probably 2 mostly. Some categories you'll pick 4 if that's a big category, and out of that you'll have 10 that'll make it to the ballot.
That had to be an honor.
Oh,
18 years of being on that. Wow,
if
that's
I had a kid when I put the bio in,
right.
he'd be driving. Yeah,
Exactly.
voting too.
You're right. Yeah, there you go.
Probably drinking.
Yeah, I hope not. But
Yeah, no, it was. There's this guys that wouldn't give up. And in-laws. Says, let me write one for you.
awesome.
And the last one that was written was by Sue and Jay Woolworth. And the thing
Perfect.
about it that went in, Jay butt dialed me the day before, about 3:00, and he said, he was talking, and when I realized it was, I said, well, I'll talk to you. Well, no, I ain't got no doctor, because he was in the hospital.
Okay.
I don't have anybody here, no doctors or anything. So we talked, and the last thing he said to me before we said, hey, catch you later, he said, I got a feeling for you this year, Rusty. I said, okay. He died that night.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
If it came down to one vote, because he didn't put his ballot in, I'm sure Dave would look for that ballot, to see.
Yep.
And
Wow.
so that was the guys that stood behind me when I was ready to quit.
Yeah.
And it is.
But your legacy, I mean,
Well, it's a big honor.
Yeah, to 50 years. How many Saturday nights did you give up in 50 years?
I mean,
Summer nights at
For
that.
sure.
That was a big, and the Sheila loves to camp, and that was a big decision going into that. 2000 or 19, I had no plans of quitting up there or retiring, and I said, kind of owe it to her, and then I do enjoy it. So I hear so many people that I'm not coming back. This is my last year, and they show up.
Yep.
And I said, I'm not doing that.
Sue Woolworth was that way for a few years.
Well, I'm not going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So I went out and had some decals made right across the street, and put one on every windshield. How could I leave then if it says I was leaving?
Right.
So that's how I forced myself to not come back.
And then you bought an RV, and now you enjoy life.
Yep.
And that even though you don't bring your classics out, it's still, life comes first, with you and Sheila. Now you get to go do your.
So you travel in the RV now? That's what you're doing?
Yeah, we scheduled 7, which is down from like 9 a year, down to, and we've already canceled 2 because one of them for an open house, and
Yeah.
at $6 a gallon, $5.99.
Yeah.
For 9.3 miles.
Right.
Makes
Start
you
thinking where you're going.
Do I really need to be there? And I'm not crazy about October camping anyhow, because you put a sweatshirt on, you're too hot. You
Yep.
take the sweatshirt off, you're freezing.
I was in Saginaw today, and diesel was 704. I don't
Wow.
think I've ever seen fuel that high. In
No,
the state.
I haven't either. No,
704. Wow.
and it's affecting everything.
Yeah. And it is. I mean, the car cruising, and that I just was having this conversation this week where I said, man, is this, the gas price is going to affect the cruising and the car shows and that? I said, I got to be honest, car people will probably give up meals and that before they'll stop going to shows.
What's
It's,
racing fuel at right now?
oh, wow, racing fuel's got to be,
I haven't even heard.
I just was at a station the other day and they had racing fuel and I didn't look at the price. I didn't even think of that.
I
But
bet you it's 10, 11.
oh, yeah, I'm
Well-
sure it's probably up
Well,
there.
wreck gas is $5.90 a gallon.
Got it.
I mean, what's using lawnmower stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
But still, you look at a few of the car shows that have already happened,
yeah.
and they're getting 600 cars, and it's like, I
Car
got
guys don't care. They got 2-3 months. They're going to do it.
yeah, And that's what I say. It's like,
It's like boaters are going to do it.
they'll give up, a meal or something, and then it's like, I'm still going to cruise.
The
I'm still
dunes are
gonna
already packed. They
do,
don't.
yeah. And
We
that
don't. We don't care.
it's that passion. It's, you got the investment. You want to show
We're
them
going to be
off.
there. I mean, summer's too short.
Yeah.
They will be out.
Yeah, I would imagine racing gas is probably bumping $10 a gallon.
Yeah.
If not
Oh, it was
more.
$10 last year.
And,
Was it?
I was going to say, with just the local short track racing or drag racing, when you're starting to, put gas into your truck with diesel and that to haul your trailer, and then put that racing fuel in and everything, you're starting to, get up there for a night of racing or a day of racing, at the drag strip. You're definitely
yeah.
For sure.
coughing up. And it's a shame because it isn't anybody really getting rich on it, whether it's stock car racing, drag racing, road racing, and that it is basically you're just doing it for the hobby of the love and passion of it.
Oh, for sure.
Auto City closed down in '58. They closed down half a year because the economy was so bad.
Oh wow.
It was a strike year. General Motors had
Oh okay.
that affected Flint so bad and everything. They weren't getting cars and they weren't getting people.
Wow.
So he shut it down halfway. That was Joe.
Wait a minute. You were out there in '58? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me do that math.
That was my first year. Actually, I was 9 years old.
Really?
Went to Auto City.
Okay. Then 9 years old. Now I get it because I'm just figuring. It's like, wow, you're out there. What? 18 but got it.
That was a big deal.
Got it.
58 was a bad year.
And didn't you flag also up at Dixie as
Yes.
well?
I did.
Double duty
Probably-
type thing, or?
Well, most of or a lot of it, Jack owned both of them.
Yeah.
And so it was, on a holiday weekend, you'd work 4 nights in a row. You'd start off at Dixie, then to Auto City. Dixie ran on Sundays in. So they'd move to Fridays,
Got it.
and they would do 4 nights.
Got it. Because I remember, Mount Clemens days, it was Monday night, Thursday night, that was a super stock night, and then Saturday was a sportsman
Yeah,
night.
Saturday night was when
Yeah.
we always went.
Yeah, so we, I'd go around other tracks and that, whether it was, up here or at, Owendale at Silver Bullet there or Thunder Road. That was that was a dusty track up
Did
there.
you know they had a dirt drag strip at one time?
Who did?
Auto City, Joe Graben.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. A
It
dirt
started
drag
off in
strip.
Turn 1, and there wasn't banked then, so you'd start off in the park.
Okay.
And race halfway across.
Oh my gosh.
I never heard about that.
When was that?
It would have been right around 58, 59,
Oh, well, I mean,
60s.
that's
Wow.
Yep,
That's pretty wild. Never knew that. That's
that's a true story.
And it's unfortunate with Auto City, and I mentioned this at one of the other podcasts, that with the fire that they had this winter is kind of put the track on hiatus with their schedule and all that. And, that track's been going since 1955, and I didn't know about 58, but literally the only year it hasn't operated was 2020. And we did
Yes.
Jay's memorial out there. That was the only thing that happened that year, if I'm correct. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm
Yeah,
correct on
you're
that.
correct. I mean, with the way it was up to counties because Wausau got to the point to Wausau. Wausau got to
Yeah,
race.
because they were so far out.
It was in a different county.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know how safe it was. It was.
And just being, we were just talking about gas prices and that. What's your take on the local short track racing today? I mean, is it thriving? Is it just kind of flatlining? Is it you see it going somewhere?
It's not thriving. It's easy to point. Well, I remember Auto City when they used to pack them. Yeah, and we didn't have computers, and we didn't have social media. Social media, you can use it as a weapon if you don't use it right.
For sure.
And the cars, the availability of the cars, the rear engine or the rear wheel drive cars.
The only thing that my opinion is, I would have changed. I wouldn't have put in so many classes. Back then, you could draw over 200 cars. Probably 160 was normal on a weekend.
4 to 6
So
classes.
2 classes.
2 classes. Got it.
That's all we had was V8 and 6-cylinder.
Got it. Wow.
So it was. I remember Retman, Dewey Retman,
Okay.
came up here and wanted to run his 6-cylinder with the V8s. This is when, back it up. This is when they changed the 6 cylinders out and had 2 V8s. The super stock V8 and then the 283 and
Yep.
287. he wanted to run his 6-cylinder if he could. They raised their hand. Second week they won't pull those hands down. They didn't want him back. And I remember Jack Doran says, "Hey, we took a vote. You said he could come. I'm not throwing him out."
Yeah. Awesome.
And because he could just keep that thing right on the mat all the way.
Yeah, Mount Clemens had the same thing with those 6 cylinders, and that
he was a gentleman. He'd get out with his dress shoes.
dress shoes.
This segment is brought to you by Hamilton's Excavating. Hamilton's Excavating offers affordable and professional excavating services such as septic systems, installation and repair, grade work, drainage solutions, driveway installation, landscaping, land clearing, and much more, serving all of Genesee, Saginaw, and surrounding counties. You can contact them at 810-293-7946. All right, everybody, welcome back. We got another special guest here we want to introduce. Kind of a short story, though. This is a good friend of mine, Pat Danger. I'm sure a lot of people, you know him from Facebook and on the internet. He's the builder of boats for the not quite right by the builder that's not quite right. So, but Pat got a hold of me because he saw Rusty was going to be on the show and said, "Bill, I got so many stories and I haven't seen that guy in so many years." So me and Randy are like, "Why don't you just come up here and sit in on the show?" So we got Pat here. Welcome, Pat.
Thanks.
And Rusty, this is going to be a memory lane for you, it sounds like.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if is this okay to talk about on the air? Because I know Pat.
It's your show that might get canceled.
All right.
Not ours.
So, Pat, I mean, you guys,
we
I
go back.
can't wait to hear some of this.
Well,
I've heard
just
some.
real quick, when was the last time you guys saw each other? And then start back with the
Does
history.
actually physically see each other? It's been years.
70s,
Probably
80s?
30. Maybe.
Wow, really? It's been
Maybe
that
when
long?
This is the first night I've seen him.
wow.
Yeah,
Probably 30 years.
you were a flagman at Auto City, and I was there like probably
Yes.
30 years ago, something like that. And that's the last time I saw you. But when I first met you,
Yes.
I know we look the same age now, but he's actually about 6 years older than I am. No, 5 years older than I am. And
No,
when I
6
was
years.
16, he kind of took me under his wing for some stupid reason. And it's not because of my hair, because I didn't have long hair then. And but he would let me. He had a '68 Roadrunner that he used to let me in 11th grade drive to school. And I wasn't always the coolest guy in school, but the days I drove that Roadrunner, I was. And
Nice.
he did so many things for me, and just
Well, were you guys neighbors? How did you meet?
No, it was my brother-in-law. It was close to him. They all went to Hamity.
yeah.
Because you had to trust him pretty well. They handed him the keys to a Roadrunner. It's like, here, take that to school.
Well, I had another car.
I don't know if he did it for me or just because he knew that would be cool if somebody did that. You know,
Got it.
that's the kind of guy he is. I think that he just knew that if I let this guy take this to school, that'll be cool.
Brownie
you know? And
points,
I think
yeah.
that's. I don't know. I mean, that's what I think. But he used to let me drive a lot of his stuff, and
But we had a good time. I remember there was, you remember going up to Standish when you hauled the car because I couldn't get out of work.
What was that? Was that like an old Ford flatbed, right?
Yes. I got from Blaine Perry, and you drove the car up and back, which was pretty cool for us.
Back then, yeah.
And so he loaded probably full of guys in the cab because there was only a single cab.
I know there was somebody with me, but I don't remember who it was. I know that when you loaded the car, the ramps would always fold in like that, like they were going to collapse.
They did.
And I had it at my house before I went, and I unloaded the car. And when I went to put it back on, my dad flipped out because he thought the ramp. And I said, "No, they always do that." You know?
But you took it up there, and what happened then?
There was some hometown thing, and they were having a watermelon race of all things on a bicycle. You brought
Got it.
bicycles, and you go. It was tall grass in the center, and it was, we thought it was funny. A
Yeah.
lot of things we thought was funny then too, but there was tall grass. I mean, tall. So they'd drive through it, and you'd come out ahead of the guy that was
To get a watermelon.
When they figured out what we were doing, I think they wanted to shoot us.
Or beat you up or something.
Well, something they wanted to do, and we thought it was funny. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you done everything for was
You
funny.
know, even cheating
Yeah, we
then.
did that.
I mean, not that, it's just seems like it follows racetracks around.
Yeah.
But what about the car? I mean, you took it up there, and
Well, I took
Rusty
the car
couldn't
up
make
there,
it.
and I'm like 16 or 17, and he told me because he couldn't get off work, And he said, "Well, take the car up, and I'll get up there." And he said, "I don't care if you hot lap it if you want. I don't care." And I'm like 16 or 17. I got a race
With a
car,
race car,
you know.
yeah.
And so I unload it and I get in it and put the helmet on and go around about, I don't know, maybe not very much, 3 or 4 laps. And I come back in and I jumped out of the car and everybody's going, "Well, how'd you get out of that car so quick?" And I didn't even put seatbelts on because I was so excited about driving that
Just
thing. I
wanted
didn't
to get
think
in and go.
Yeah. And but he's done so many great things for me, and just so many great memories. The hot rods that he's had, that Roadrunner. He bought a '67 Corvette convertible with a 427 for $1,500. We used to drive around, and he had the Purple Haze, which was a '57 Chevy that was purple and had gold leaf purple haze. We used to go to Burger King on Friday nights, and we were the coolest people in that parking lot. And
No street racing though. Nobody did street racing back then.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that, so I'm not bringing that up.
Got it.
We went up to that Spanish and we set third fast time. You know who the other two were? Ray Daniels and Mike Eddy.
Wow.
I mean, and then we were third fast.
Got it.
And we were out of our class.
You had cool numbers
I
painted.
remember Ray Daniels says to me, when they dropped that flag, he said, "I'll hold Mike back." He says, "You go up there and get some cars." So I started up there, and man, there's just a mess. Well, then here comes Ray, right flying by me.
Wow.
He got right in the middle of it. And he just tells me later on, he says, "I thought I told you to go up there." I said, "I think I still got my fenders on my car, too." He did. He had to remove both
Got
front
it.
fenders from that.
But that was up there with some serious competition there in third fast.
No.
No?
No, I mean, at least for a pro stock going into a super stock
Oh, got it.
class, there wasn't.
So Rusty was kind of like your big brother?
Yeah,
Mentor.
kinda. I mean, we just every weekend. I mean, he had a job. I had a job. I worked at a gas station, but he worked in the auto parts stores, and but every weekend we did something. We were always working on cars, and I mean, busted a lot of knuckles. And
I think we just clicked. We just, had the same things were funny to both of us.
Got it.
Nobody else is laughing. We're it's hysterical,
that's true.
So when did the 30-year gap start?
Well, I went in the Army in October '72, and then for some reason we didn't have a falling out, and I had to check with him today
No, we
just to
never had
make
a
sure
falling
we
out.
didn't have. I don't ever remember us ever having an argument.
No, just life.
And and then we just touched base on Facebook a couple years ago, and then when I heard he was going to be on the show, I told Bill that I got a lot of stories about this guy, and I can't tell you all of them right now, but they were all good though. We never got in trouble. We never got arrested.
No.
Well,
And,
I got to say, I didn't know Rusty had a rail dragster. You
Yeah.
mentioned something about that off
it was
camera.
a front
and that.
engine dragster with a Buick engine in it. And I remember when we went I can't remember where that was, but where you had the guy put the gold leaf on it. You remember that? When we had the gold leaf put on it?
Mike Perry.
Oh, you remember that? Okay. And we had the gold leaf put on it, and it was it was in the IMA, at the old IMA in Flint.
Got it. Yeah.
Do you remember we went to Lapeer Dragway? We took that car, and we're sitting in the back because I had a pickup truck. We were all sitting in the back having. I remember 7 hot dogs for $1. Do you remember that? 7 hot
wow.
dogs.
What a deal.
Well, when you get a hot dog that big, and we had all these wrappers. We had the French fries.
Yeah.
The Coke and everything, and they come up and say, "Hey, you want to make a run?" Sure. So I put on the fire suit, got in the car, and they got in. They said, "No, everybody's got to be in the front." Well, they got about 6 guys in the front of this thing, and they bumped it off, and I turned the dragster around, and I pulled it up the line. I had never driven up before, so they gave me the green. I took off. The push car follows us down. Now it's got all these hot dog wrappers and all this stuff in the back going all over the drag strip. Hey, what?
That's funny.
Oh, that was a wonder they didn't.
French fried little packets of the cardboard little things they used to put them in. That's funny.
It was.
Had to clean up the track after, not for oil spill. Had to pick up the garbage
They were not happy with us at all.
on it.
Yeah.
And you had
Remember that?
kind of. I might have had too many hot dogs that day or something.
Too many Cokes.
Yeah, but and he also had a '32 Ford Coupe.
30.
It was a 30? And that and you paid like, I mean, this guy has owned, if he had these cars right today, he would be a multi-millionaire, but all the cars, he only paid for like $1,000 or just very little money.
Well, that's what I said. I know that you had a history.
These cars, and they were all nice cars, you know, and just great memories. And
Did you ever run the rail down the track yourself?
no, I did not. I don't think I could have got in that thing. Do you? I think
You know,
it was-
I
don't
got
know
an
if
idea you wouldn't.
Yeah, it was very small. It was
Because
a
it was
small, and
yes.
again, a front engine dragster, and
Yeah, they're very.
It's like you said
yeah,
before, I
confining.
weighed 118 pounds and
yeah.
I was about 5'5".
And your hair was rusty. What happened?
I used to be a redhead. Go ahead, tell the camera.
Right.
It used to be rusty. I don't know.
It had to happen when I went to State Automotive. I don't know if you ever knew that story, how I became rusty.
No, I don't.
I had a
know.
neighbor.
I know you were rusty when I met you.
Okay, I had a neighbor that used to call me Rusty. I was the only one. I went there. They had a Dennis, a Denny,
Oh,
another
yeah,
Dennis,
yeah.
and then me.
I remember
So I became Rusty.
that. Yeah.
The one that was Dennis Wallace, he became Wally. Then they had a Denny.
Yeah.
And
Because he's Dennis, actually.
then I went to General Motors, and there was 4 Rusties there. One was a girl. So
Man, I should have hooked up with that one.
yeah.
So what do you think after 30 years? You think you guys are going to keep in touch?
Well, I'm
He seems
fairly
like the
certain it's not
same
going to be
guy.
another 30
He
years.
seems like the exact same guy to me, and I haven't seen him in. I see when I seen him 30 years ago, when we used to hang around together, that was 54 years ago. But when I seen him 30 years ago at Auto City while he was flagging for a very short time, but he still seems like the regular nice guy that he always was.
Picking up
Well,
where you left off type thing.
Yeah.
Everything's funny yet, you know.
You're right. Yeah.
It's you can always make a.
Sounds like a lot of good memories.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that he doesn't drink Stroh's, the racing beer anymore. But
What was the story with that? You were telling me something about throwing the cans in the air or something?
well, I don't know if you want to talk about that or
Which-
not. Do we?
What's that? Probably.
The Corvette with a convertible.
Well, it was an experiment. Somebody told us it would work if you did it right. If you went down the expressway, and if you threw a can up in the air, just as you get to the overpass above you, if you threw it up in the air, it would go over the top and it would meet you on the other side. But you had to be doing it. Yeah, we
Great.
probably shouldn't have told us one.
Oh, that's funny.
We went through a lot of Stroh's trying to fix it.
Tried to make that work, right? It's
It
like
never did work because we put the top down and everything, and never did come back in the car.
You know? Yeah.
We hit the bottom of the viaduct more than anything.
you got it, of course.
So,
And that's
So
another
don't
thing.
don't
Too.
try it.
The all the driving. I mean, we never got in an accident. We never got in trouble. We never got pulled over. We never got anything, did we?
No.
I don't think anything.
Just fun times.
Yeah.
you
In
know,
hot
back in the
rodders.
day, it was all this good fun.
Yeah,
it
Now
was.
it's what can we destroy? What can
Yeah, well, we never did anything like that.
Yeah,
we
well,
were
yeah,
all
you
just
know,
to have fun.
that's all it was.
It was harmless fun. You know,
Exactly.
I was a hobbyist drag racer. You know, I'd be at Motor City Dragway and that, go out there with my Chevy too, and you put slicks on it, take my mufflers off, and that, you know, my motor was done up a bit. And afterwards, I'd go on the street with my slicks, open headers, and it was just fun. It was, again, I
Sometimes
called
the cops would say, "Hey, just keep it over here." You know, it was just a different world.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Well, it's just like I was talking to you earlier about that Roadrunner you had. You got some slicks. Were they cheater slicks or were they slicks?
They were slicks. They were off
slick.
something I had.
Yeah, and we tried to put them on the back of that Roadrunner. It was a stock Roadrunner, stock wheel wells and everything. And he remembers this when I brought it up earlier to him, that they would fit on a wheel would fit on one side, but it wouldn't fit on the other side because the way they made cars back in those days.
The wheel wells.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
different, you know. But whenever he let me drive that to school, it was just like,
Like you were saying, the times are different. The only thing you can take out is, you know, social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, it's world's good if you look at it, you know.
I'm glad we got the memories, though. I mean, like
yeah.
I explained on one of the first shows, did that the way I got to know about how to work on a car is you bought a model car from a, Kresge or Kmart and that,
Yeah.
and you knew how to put the exhaust on, the intake, the distributor, the rear ends, and all that. You can't do that now because
Well, you
kids are
can,
driving
because
the
I just saw
computers.
this in Walmart the other day. These same model cars we used to buy for $1.99
They're
are like
$30.
$27
Yeah.
for a model car
Yeah.
now, you know.
But the
and-
thing is, the kids aren't buying those now. When I was a
No,
kid,
they
it's
don't
like,
want
wow,
that.
I want to
Yeah.
get that to
I
build
remember when
it.
I was a kid how big the hobby shops were.
Oh yeah,
You spent all day in a hobby shop.
yep. They're all
Model kits, yeah, like this big. You could build any truck. Every car on TV
Yeah.
was in a box. I mean,
Go to
everything.
Kmart and it was just like, wow, you had
Oh,
TV
yeah.
cars, you had the Red Baron, you had all those, and it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
whoa, man,
I had the Red Baron model, actually.
got it.
I just got a new phone, and there should be an age limit. You can't get a new phone no more.
Right,
Oh my!
I agree.
I can't keep up with it.
This episode of Classic Cars and Guitars is brought to you by Bruton's Tree Service. Professional tree removal, tree trimming, stump removal, firewood, land and lot clearing. Located in Flushing and serving all of Genesee County. You can contact them at 810-223-7689 or find them on Facebook.
I don't want to say I worshipped him, but I almost did, because here's this guy that
Give me
this
opportunities,
old
man.
this
Old.
no, he was old. He was like 21, and I was like
Older.
16 or 17.
He's an older guy.
But he would let me. He'd come over and he'd call me, and we'd go work on cars, and he would teach me about things, and we would go. And like I say, nobody's cooler than going to a Burger King on a Friday night in the Purple Haze.
Purple Haze,
I mean, when you're in the
57
purple,
Chevy.
have you ever seen that picture of that car?
No.
Do you have any pictures of that car left?
No,
You do?
I probably do at home.
Because that car was again with Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze, and we're
Gold
riding
leaf.
in a purple 57, which is the coolest car in the world.
Was that one of
back
your
then.
best memories then with Rusty? Was the nights at the...
I would say that's one of them. There's many of them.
Where
There's
was the
many.
Burger King at? Where was that at?
On Clio Road. That's where everybody went on Friday night. We used to go from Burger King to A&W. From A&W it's up both on Clio Road.
Got it. Over in Madison Heights, it was
We would
the
cruise
White
back
Castle
and
and the
forth.
McDonald's.
Actually, that's the first
All
Burger
the
King in
time.
Genesee County.
Got it.
Yeah. And like I say, we were like,
So you guys did drag racing together. You did stock car racing together. You hung out together. You said you built cars together, and that's quite a bit of history there.
well, something is starting to make me. We're not recording, are we?
yeah,
We are. Okay. Then I will refrain from saying that.
but
But we were always into cars, and I mean nothing else. I mean, we weren't chasing women around. He was married then, and I was a stupid kid, and
but that's pretty cool to have.
yeah.
I
I mean, that's all we did is cars. Everything was cars.
So when you went in the military, you guys didn't keep in contact at all
No.
through any kind
What,
of...
that's what I said. You said
letters or nothing?
72. You went in the military.
I went in the military in October '72 because I was a stupid kid and I wanted to go to Vietnam before it was over. And I went in, and like a month later, it was over. So
Got it. No, I had a draft card for that.
I
but,
never had. I was 17. I never
it.
had a draft card.
So Rusty, when did you start flagging at Auto City then? Because if that was 50 years, that had to be almost in the same timeline there.
70.
70. Okay, so you were flagging there before you took off.
You were flagging in '70
70 was the year I
full
started.
time then.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
So you'd
You
have
went,
been,
what, 72? You said?
yeah. So you'd
Yeah,
have been
we hung
15.
out until.
So you guys really hung out a couple of years.
Yeah, we did.
Wow, a lot of memories in a
Yeah,
couple
we
of years.
got like 30 years of memories into two.
Well, it
you
was
know?
more than just 2 years. It was before that, though.
Yeah, you guys are hanging out before you were flagging. And then got it.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to put the timeline with Pat leaving to go to the service, and then you flagging that. So there was 2 years there, and then Pat took off, and you.
Yeah.
Well, it was back in the 1900s.
Right. Yeah,
It
exactly.
was a while ago.
Yeah, when you had to chisel things out
Yeah,
on a tablet.
Yeah,
There was a lot of neat streetcars back then.
there was.
Oh, that
There
was the
was.
time.
Well, there was a variety. You could have
Yeah.
anything from a little Opel to the 57 Chevys.
I mean,
and-
just look around here. The shape of that car, the shape of this one. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll never come back.
Carl
No.
Casper used to be just down the street. I bought I think, was that, that Roadster I bought from him. I had a 26 Roadster.
Yeah, I kind of remember
It
that.
was built in 57 to 59. So it was, one of the very first glass body cars. And I remember the guy's name that built it. It was in magazines, Bill Bailey. Which, please come home, He built it in Detroit. Carl Casper had it for a while. And I seen it, and we made a deal on it.
You
remember
always
that
had
car?
cars too. I don't know where you got the money. And again, it wasn't that much money now, but it was a lot of money back then. But you always had
The cool
cars.
reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always had a car in the garage and the driveway full of other cars. Always cool cars. What did you drive as a regular driver? I don't even remember that. Or did you just pick one every day? I don't remember.
I think the Roadrunner was my regular car.
Oh.
I probably had to walk that day. You used it.
Hey, school didn't do me any good anyway. So
Well, what school did you guys go to? I mean, did you go
we
to the
didn't
same
go to school together.
Well,
I
I
went to
went to Hamdy for a short
Oh, you
time.
did?
Yeah, for a short time.
Is that where you went,
I
Pat?
wasn't ready for
Did
graduation.
they have auto shops in the school back then? When you were in school?
Did I what now?
Did they have auto shops in the school?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
In
yeah.
Hamilton?
See, I went to Northwestern. And
That's right.
they did have a...
Yeah, we had auto shops too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we had
learned
it
a
till
lot.
I was in 11th grade, then they took it out.
yeah. I
did
tried to
you go
get
to
into
school, Bill?
home ec, but
Utica.
they wouldn't.
Oh, okay, yeah. Madison High, they had an auto shop there.
Yeah.
Mr. Gasso, that was the auto shop teacher. And you could bring your car in and it's like, hey, want to put headers on? Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, it was like 3 hours. I mean, you work on your own car, or work on the teacher's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can bring your parents' car. I mean, it was great.
Do you remember that '66 Chevelle I had?
I don't know.
It was kind of like a burgundy color with, not really burgundy, it was that color for Chevelles then, 4-speed. It was a 396 car, but had a small block when I got it. But it always used to make me mad because I worked at Archie's gas station, and I had burned premium. Regular was 30 cents, and premium was 32. But I remember that.
But
Yeah,
you're
I
getting
mean,
paid.
you could hang out all weekend for a couple dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in high school, it was $20 got you through the weekend.
Well, that's
Food and
Oh,
all.
yeah. Yeah.
Food,
Yeah, well,
full
that was-
tank, everything.
That was a nice thing about, I worked at Archie's gas station on Pearson Road, and that's where all the cool guys would come in there with all their, when the Cudas first came out, the 71 Cudas and all
Well, I
that.
remember we used to hang out. My buddies worked at the gas station with the service centers, and he would let us work on our cars there, hanging out at night. People come with flat tires, and we would just do it for them. And the
Yep.
oil changes just because you let us hang out there and use the shop.
I think it
at
was going on all
Nightingale's.
over because even in Madison Heights, we call it the Heights, there were certain gas stations you'd go there and they'd be closed even though garage doors would be open. There'd be people, having pizza and
I was on
pops.
23 on Van Dyke. My parents' friends owned it was called Nightingale's, the gas station. We would hang out there and, oh yeah, car coming, we got a flat, can you help us
Yeah.
out? Yeah, we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Let the
Yeah.
guy make the money, we didn't care.
Yep.
He's letting us use the bays, the hoist, we didn't, it was,
There
we were
was
having
always
fun.
a gas station or a garage that, a kid did let a kid hang out.
Yeah.
I had one down around the street from me, and he used to let me go down there. He worked at night, working on cars. And if you get an older, somebody my age, that's still got their senses and want to tell you stories, listen to them if you're young.
These
don't
days like this, right? I mean, I know this is a podcast, but the days sitting with my uncles and their buddies in a garage,
Yes.
the stories I would hear, and this was just a regular weekend for me doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I think so many people are liking this podcast because, talking cars, talking about back in the day, and
Yeah.
it's just reminiscent, and I mean, it's doing so good.
And those memories. I mean,
And it was good, innocent fun. We weren't out to hurt
Right.
nobody.
No,
We
no,
weren't out
right.
to do anything to anybody. We just wanted to have fun, ride around in cool cars. That's what we
Even
did.
if you didn't want to learn something, you're going to learn it.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
And you're going to like
my
it.
dad would always say, "I won't do it for you, but I'll show you how to do it."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. It was right there in the garage while they sat there drinking Meisterbrow, and I had to sit there taking off stuff, and they'd show me how to do things.
It's
Yeah.
like Sheila and I were just talking about this yesterday. I had a teacher named Mulvane, and I went in there, it was a 56 Chevy, and I remember the car. I had it there 3 days. I couldn't figure this thing out. It wouldn't start. Whatever you do, you change batteries, nothing would work. And finally I said, I don't know what it is. What do you think it is? He says, it's the ground running off the, because the battery box was mounted on the firewall.
Oh, you're right. And a
And it grounded
56.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
I said, what do you mean? He says, it needs to be cleaned. So I took it off, I sanded it, I put it back on there. boom, started up. I said, how long did you know that? Oh, I knew it when you came in. This guy, when he talked to you, oh, I knew it when you came in. I said, why didn't you tell me? You wouldn't have remembered. And he was right. When I get a car like this, I check the
them old
ground
school
first.
guys know. I mean, I learned a lot from my dad and uncles. I mean, cars come in here and it's just like, yeah, that's right.
And that was 65 years ago,
Right.
you know. But
Gosh.
I wanted to.
And just talking about those kind of things, I was going to say, was it the points? Because I remember it's like, man, I got to adjust the points. It's like, give me a matchbox,
Yeah.
or the matches, pack of matches, and that
Right.
it'd be like, yep, there you go, done. It's like, wait a minute, you just did that with matches? It's like, and that'd be at the drag strip or something. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
just at the points, no big deal, man. There was no, like, gosh, I got no computer or anything like that. It was the good old days.
I remember one time, it's a short story of my dad, speaking of like a story like that, we were up north of Yale somewhere. I was like 13 or so, and the car broke down. And the bracket bolt broke for the belt.
Oh.
My dad actually told my mom, go get in the back, get the trunk, get the jumper cables. Took one of her shirts off because she had clothes hanging in the back, the coat hanger. And I watched my dad take that, hook that to the battery, and he sat there at his tack welding with that coat hanger and the jumper cables welding that to get us home.
Oh my gosh.
So the belt would stay on and keep, because it was dark and he had to keep the car
Wow.
charged. And then I remember one time the belt came off and he took her nylons wrapped them around the pulleys.
Yep.
I mean, just stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah. That's
know,
pretty
my dad was,
ingenuitive.
yeah, he
with
was
the
something else.
welding.
Something
That's
else.
pretty wild.
My dad was good at anything like that. He worked too hard.
Oh, my dad worked himself to death.
Oh, what I'm saying is he had a second job. I'm the only kid in my family. Now you know I'm spoiled, as Sheila would say. But I would, he didn't need that.
My dad always had someone's car working on it in his family or
Mine too.
somebody.
My dad worked on the whole neighborhood's cars.
Yeah, my
See,
dad
I-
same way.
My parents were immigrants and that, and I was the only kid too. I'm just me, but it was just my dad knew. Yeah, spoiled totally. But no, I grew up where it's like do it or. My dad was a military veteran, and that where it wasn't get out and cut the grass. It was like I'm not going to cut the grass. I went out and cut the grass. But the thing was, he had friends that would go to the racetrack because they'd like to, hang at the bar and do the horse racing and all that. And when he took me to the racetrack, I was like, whoa, I like this. This is great. So they got to hang out, but then I got to see the races. And then buying the model cars, I would actually go buy a model car, bring it back to the garage. I'd buy a couple model cars and bring it back to our house there in the garage. My dad had a grinder. He had torches because he was a plumber and that. So I'd melt these cars up. I'd, crunch them up. I'd use the trees for Nerf bars and that. My buddy's like, what are you doing? That's a brand new model. It's like, I'm doing it like they do at Mount Clemens, man. I'm making it look like it. And,
Right.
and it was, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on something to do it for real. And then I said, man, I'm going to take this 61 Chevy station wagon that my guy's selling at work and I'm going to do a demolition derby with it. Wow, I wish I had that back now because it was a little 283, but I took it out there and, smashed it up. Hurt myself. But
going to Auto City when I started 58, Bilby was my driver. I remember sitting up there people always sit same place every week.
oh, yeah, that was
At
the
Auto
thing.
City.
I
We
still
did
would
the
do it, yeah.
We did, and I just couldn't wait till he come out there. That's good memories.
Yeah.
And my dad used to take us to Auto City, and when we got home, we all had to take a bath.
Two. You had to take two at the same time. You got the first coat off, and that dirt days you had to take a second one.
And when you stood up, you could see where you were sitting on the bleachers there because all the dust and all that
But
stuff.
we're going to have to cut it, guys, because our show's about done here. Time's running out. But we want to thank Pat for showing up. Pat, I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you for the invite.
Rusty, I mean, it's very nice to have you here, and my good friend Randy as always. But we want to talk about the next show. Me and Randy are going to do a show by ourselves talking about the events coming up because summer's here. We hope it's here.
Next Wednesday.
Hopefully it's
Car
here
show
by tomorrow. But our cruise in here is next Wednesday, starting at 5 o'clock here at Cook's Classic. So everyone come out. Like I say, it's not a trophy show. We're just going to barbecue and talk cars, and anyone's welcome. Any car's welcome. We really don't care. Well, like I say, it's just a show to hang out and talk cars. Randy, anything else I'm forgetting?
Not forgetting, but I always try to remember this. Pat, thank you for your service, and thank you to all the veterans and active military personnel for giving us the freedoms to do what we do with the car shows and that, because it wasn't for men and women like yourself, you know, putting it out there and going out doing what the government says to do. But it's awesome to live in a freedom, with the freedom that we have in this country and that. And I do want to say, if you go to shinyrust.net, you'll see my schedule of what's coming up with my shows and that, because I still have these tickets for Imlay City. It's a 2-day event over
And you
there.
can pick them up here for free, people.
Yep, June 20th and 21st. But again, it is shinyrust.net and can get all the schedule. But
And
again,
Rusty, we hope we see you next Wednesday.
yeah,
Come on out.
And Pat, you guys can come out.
Yeah, next
You'll sign
Wednesday.
some
Yeah,
autographs.
just come on out.
I'll bring my Harley.
Sign some, yeah, you guys can sign some autographs.
Yeah.
You're big
This
stars.
name
now.
is Guy.